Plane spotting at Los Angeles International Airport is an absolute blast. Today, we're going to be taking a look at our first event during SpotLAX 2025. It's safe to say that there were some really cool aircraft here, and I hope all of you are excited for this today. So with that being said, let's not waste any further time and go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody to SpotLAX 2025. I hope all of you are excited for all the plane spotting videos from this incredible event, as safe to say it was an absolute blast, and definitely check out the summary video if you haven't already to get an idea of what SpotLAX is, and if there's any dates I'll be sure to put them on the screen now. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get started, and like I was saying, dates for 2026's event. So yeah, really excited for this today. Some really great plane spotting on top of the H Hotel rooftop, which takes all of Friday night of the event and Friday afternoon, and safe to say that we got some really cool European international wide-body arrivals. Was super excited about all this, so let's just go ahead and get started. But of course, American Eagle does have a couple aircraft that come on the north side. They mainly go on the other side, but we did get a CRJ 700 up here, so of course we got to respect that. But let's just go ahead and start with all these really cool aircraft. The first is an Austrian Airlines Boeing 777-200. Really cool to always see these, and this does have the revised livery on it. I think it looks really sharp. Big fan of it. As much as I do love the blue that they had for a while, I do really like what this looks like. So very good looking aircraft overall, just a really sharp catch here, and lighting already getting pretty good here in September, so this is definitely peak time during this time of the year, but obviously excited for some January spotting in that really crisp light. But anyway, looking really nice. This is a very good looking aircraft, and we're going to see so many of them. Feel free to pause at any time to get a better look, but we have a bunch of cool aircraft, so of course we got to keep the pace moving. But such an awesome backdrop from here on the H Hotel rooftop. It's never disappointing and just always a great time. Breeze Airways continues their establishment this year. I always love to look at this from a year-to-year perspective. So here's the A220 looking really strong right there as they continue to enhance their operations at LAX. And of course, it never changes. Every year, the Lufthansa 747-8 and Airbus A380 make appearances. And here is the Boeing 747-8, the 1500 sticker this time, which actually came a couple times this year, appearing on runway 24 right. Very good looking aircraft. Really happy to get this catch. And yeah, these Lufthansa 747-8s are really cool. It seems like we never get any of the new livery ones. We always get the iconic livery, so always happy to catch this, and looking very nice. And the backdrop definitely proving powerful there with the Burbank skyline, and also some parking garages as well. So yeah, this European push is strong. And next up, Norse Airlines saw many Norse aircraft this year, 4 on this particular session here that we're going to see. This Boeing 787-9, they fly to like London Gatwick, Paris Orly, and several destinations, so you'll see several of them today. Norse is a really cool airline. I'm glad that their presence at LAX continues to enhance, and it just looks really cool. So certainly very happy for Norse, and this is a really cool piece of the puzzle for sure. So here's their Boeing 787-9, once again arriving in on runway 24 right, and I love the views. It's definitely quite awesome, to say the least. I always like to go over there and get some other pictures on the other side, sometimes even when it's top lit, because this was actually Jet Set Shirts' arrival from Minneapolis on this Delta Boeing 777-300. So very cool to see, and always great to catch fellow spotters coming in for a great spotting event on 588 November Whiskey on this particular aircraft. So looking nice. LAX just gives some business jets as well, and this Vista Jet Challenger is looking quite nice as well. So here it is getting ready to land. Seeing some Scimitar Delta 737-800s is always a blast, so there is that particular example right there. Got a WestJet 737-700 lining up for departure. Love these departure frames. And China's Eastern Boeing 777-300ER definitely getting some good flap action there as well, looking quite impressive. So very cool to see that. Got the Air Canada Express Bombardier CRJ. This is looking nice in the 900, as we saw a few more of these this time around. So always happy to get the Air Canada CRJ. Delta Airlines Boeing 767-400, always a blast to get these 764s, and no doubt another really good example right here, lined up with another 764 departing in a Southwest Max this time, and there goes that one. American Eagle landing some aircraft on the north side. There's the Embraer 175. And we got the Alaska 737-900ER, Chester looking quite nice, so certainly always happy to get Chester. And finally got some really good shots of a Porter E2. This has been one of my objectives for 2025, and I finally accomplished it. This one's looking very nice on Charlie Golf Kilo X-Ray Alpha. So I think this video really does a good job demonstrating the amount of variety you can see at LAX. It truly is sensational on the north side. There's so many cool planes. I know a particular friend of mine would really like this Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER, so this is for you, buddy. Looking quite nice, departing here on 24 left, and I really like this shot. This shot's pretty cool for quite a few reasons. So obviously you got the palm trees in the sign, which I'll probably leave in the crop when I post this. You'd think I would just crop the two aircraft here, but I think the southwest and the palm trees and the sign really add an aspect to this. And then of course you have the cool subjects in the foreground there, so that's really cool. And speaking of subjects, how can you beat a Korean Air Airbus A380? So looking quite nice, still very excited. I'm sure next year we'll see one in the new livery, I'm sure. But yeah, this is looking really good here. We did see the 747 new livery, so that was nice. And actually, runway DFW Walt flew out on that on his trip over to Korea, so definitely shout out to him as well. The A380 looking quite nice here on its lunchtime departure. American 787s usually do not land on the north side, so this was a really cool appearance. I believe this was some sort of Asia flight, but here it is, the Boeing 787-9 once again. Not very common for these to land on the north side, so I was definitely happy to capture this. So not every day you see this. I know it's just American 787, but these are not very common on this side of the airport, so I was happy about that. A relatively new Boeing 787-9. A321neo is also honestly not very common up here, so this was another cool one to get to capture. And Delta's A321neos are a little bit more common on this side, but as always, happy to get these, and they've really become a staple at LAX. United wide bodies do land up here sometimes, not quite as often as the south side, but here's our Boeing 787-9 arriving in. Yeah, this video is really put on display. This is just an outstanding variety of aircraft. I mean, you just really, this video probably will be what I send to everybody. This really shows what LAX is capable of. You know, you're seeing all the legacy carriers from the US. We even got a little bit of GA in there. The cargo all lands on the south side, so hopefully we'll see one of those later. But yeah, another Breeze A220 getting ready for its transcontinental flight. And what did I say about Norse? Here they are again. So I was just so impressed with their operation. It's really cool to see all the different, different registrations and destinations. So was very happy to catch all the Norse flights, and this is definitely exciting for LAX to get all the Norse flights. So that's really cool. And then a few aircraft will land on the other side. This particular example is the Fiji Airways A350. I think it landed on the north side another day, so we'll see this in a different spotting video. Delta's still rocking very strong in their Boeing 767-300, so that's looking strong. So happy to see that on the runway. And that's a very good shot across on downwind for the Air TT new Boeing 787, so I was happy to get that. But first, we got to get our iconic, and this comes about every time during this time of year, Qatar Airways A350-1000. It's always cool to get this one. It's a very iconic. They don't fly the 333 on it very much, so this A350 continues to be an asset, and always happy to get the feature here as it glides down onto the runway 24 right touchdown area. Another Delta 767-300, this time landing in 176 Delta Zulu. Love the variety of traffic. This is just a really good balance, and it really doesn't get boring watching planes here, which is really fun. This is a China Southern, I believe, cargo Boeing 777 freighter. Great to see that. Frontier really amping up their presence. We saw this last year begin, and it just continues this year. So here is the Woodpecker arriving in on runway 24 right, and some very crisp images. This was also my first time at LAX with the new lens, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and it did a great job, and I was able to get those wide bodies with a little bit more control. So Air TT Nui landing in Boeing 787-9. Very obscure, well, I guess not too obscure, but very, it's not the easiest airline to catch, so I'm always happy to get this one. So yeah, Air TT Nui, very cool livery. I say that, and then 2 of the 4 Boeing 787-9s they have on the ground are here at once. So I did learn that at the SpotLAX event, that this year at least, that Air TT Nui only has 4 Boeing 787-9s. This was news to me, so I was thrilled to catch both of them in one shot. And same story as the Southwest Philippines Porter shot. Very good crop available in that shot. The General Aviation comes back and strong with this NetJet Challenger. Always nice to see them here. And yeah, it's not what you would expect, but they definitely show up. Air TT Nui and the Challenger looking strong. And then we also got the Turkish Boeing 777 heading back to Istanbul. Aeromexico did have their 100 737 special show up this weekend, so that was cool. And LOT took the south side, not what I was expecting. We got both the Coyotes coming in here for Frontier on a 321 CEO. Plenty of flights from Denver and Atlanta and all the places. Emirates Airbus A380 looking quite nice. We did get to see the new livery, so we'll see that in an upcoming video, but we got the iconic livery here today. Let me say it looks beautiful, so very happy about that. You can even see the gold really reflecting off of the fuselage there in this image. So yeah, looking quite nice with a firm touchdown there. So yeah, the 100th Boeing 737 celebration for Aeromexico, pretty cool in that livery. Delta does have their Embraer 175s going strong, of course, and then both SkyTeam Delta 738s were there during the weekend, which was awesome. All the airlines were very receptive to the special liveries, especially on Saturday, but during Friday they were hanging out strong too, and we got to see SkyTeam with the wardrobe malfunction, so that was pretty cool in the 737-800. gliding in, looking very strong. Happy to feature it, and definitely a little bit of wind this day too, which was nice. KLM, of course, operating the Boeing 787 right now, so there it is, looking nice, and a Delta 737-800 to go with it. Aeromexico not done with the specials though. I don't think it was SpotLAX related, but I think it was just complete luck. Here is their really cool, I forget the name of this aircraft, but it's a very good looking livery. So I was very happy to feature it there, and there's a really cool Gemini model of that. So yeah, you got the KLM 77-10 looking strong. And then, yeah, this is a really cool shot as well. Show all the American regional jet ops. You got Swissport fueling them. You got United getting towed, 77-10. Or that might be a 9. And then you got JetBlue, Streamers 321. And there's the big FBO down there. I think it might be Signature, but I'm forgetting exactly. But yeah, the Aeromexico livery is really cool. So I was really happy to get some very good shots of that. Delta Airlines 321 getting ready for departure. SkyTeam arriving in. And then Delta A350 landing up here on the north side. These don't fly the LAX as much right now, but they will more with the, I think it's Sydney that they're launching, or Hong Kong. They're launching maybe both. I don't know. But anyway, that said, we're going to see more of these Airbus A350s arriving in. So looking very nice on 507 Delta November, which sounds very familiar. I don't know if I have that or what the situation is, but was really happy to finally get a good shot of one of these at LAX. It's not as common, so that was really exciting. So yeah, this session was super productive, which was good because I got tied up during some of the other spotting sessions, and there was some clouds in the mornings. So really was happy that this and the Sunday afternoon session were good. So we'll see that video too. British Airways Boeing 777-300ER looking quite nice. So yeah, they did fly A380s here, and I think they still do, but on this particular frequency, the 333 bringing it in. G-STBP. I thought it said stop for a moment, but it doesn't. But a very good looking 333. And then Alaska's 100 years Boeing 737-900ER looking strong. So I was very happy to catch that and get good shots. It's not as common right now, or sorry, that livery could go anytime, but yeah, that livery's been around for a long time. I don't know how they've made it so long with that, but I'm so glad they have. We also got the United Airbus 320 Evo Blue, and this was another big observation. They sent some aircraft that normally don't come on the north side to the north side, which was nice for different, because yeah, normally United, the American 787, Delta 350, all that would normally go on the south side. So that was just really nice to get to see that. And then this, there goes the Alaska, by the way, and then Avianca too. But yeah, Taka Retro as well, which is great. But yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of haze, but that's okay. We got some pretty good ones. They had an American 321 do a sidestep. It was for that United 320, I believe. So it did that crazy bank looking like DCA out there, and that was just crazy. So there it is. And then it literally was facing us at one point, and then came back in and banked. But fortunately, it did make it in with a very unique 111 Zulu Mike prefix. There it is gliding in, and then we finally get a special Delta 763 at long last. This one, I can't tell what that is. Let's see. This is why I got this camera, so we're able to tell what's going on here. This is Andrew Young, Atlanta's ambassador to the world. So even with haze, we can still read it. So it's an acceptable picture, I would say. Let me know what your rule for clarity on photos is. But anyway, very happy to catch that. That was really cool. Got the 738 with it too. Another special with TAPS A330 Neo. 100th A330 Neo, so that's really cool. Delta 737-900ER looked quite nice. Condor's beautiful tan livery arriving in. I know there's some mixed feelings on this particular one. I think it honestly looks pretty nice, and these pictures maybe are making it look nicer than what it actually is, but very good looking livery too. This spotting session was loaded, man. What a way to kick off SpotLAX. This was truly loaded. Japan A350-1000, that's a great looking plane. Glad to see a debut here at LAX, and that's a cool asset for sure. I think it's a really sleek looking plane, so the 1000 sticker here would have been a really nice touch, but we've already been very fortunate in this session. Continuing with the fortunate elements, KLM's 777s are not everyday appearances, so this 200 was definitely a cool catch. The registration seems awfully big, which is really cool, so I'm also not attempting to go too fast. It's just we got so many pictures, so just keeping the flow up for y'all, of course. Japan Boeing 787-9 flipping for the 350-1000, so it seems like once one leaves, another comes in, so that's really cool. And then this one appears like every time we're there, which is great. ANA Star Alliance Boeing 787-9, always a blast to get this one. The sun's also going to start turning a little bit, so the lighting's probably not going to be as good from here on out, but there still should be some pretty good ones. Lufthansa Airbus A380s, never a disappointment. Was super happy to get this aircraft as always. I went for a little bit more of a wide angle perspective on this just to make sure we got it all, so I was very happy about that and looking very strong here. United Boeing 737 MAX 9, same story once again. They're just landing some aircraft. Delta's always did 321 Neos, but United's normally do not land on this side. It was crazy. Frontiers do now, though. The Pelican looking strong. Korean Air's normal Pepsi 747-8 landing in. Always happy to see this aircraft, especially in some really good light here. So I was really happy the light held out really good, and we did have just an awesome lineup of wide bodies. I was so impressed. Swiss Boeing 777-300ER. One advantage, though, is definitely the fan blade elimination from this angle, though, so I was happy about that for sure. More Delta Neos, and then, yeah, Norse once again looking strong in the Boeing 787. I don't know why I was taking a picture of this. Is this the Aviation Cargo A330? Yeah, that's why I was taking a picture of it. So there we go. That's pretty cool. Spirit Airbus A320, not very many of these hanging around, but glad to get one there. Finally caught Aeromexico's new livery on the 737-800. I was so glad to catch it. I think this might even be the NG model, so while the picture's not sensational, it's still super great. EVA Air Boeing 777-300ER looking strong. Got the Aviation Airbus A380. Got a cool video of everybody getting this, so that's why my picture's just from so far out. But a couple cool observations. Just front profile of the A380 is so cool. You also had the fan blades looking really nice. And then how about the doors here, man? Wore out. I need to get an Aviation A380 just because of how many times I've seen it. That's definitely a wish list plane now. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm just kidding. Here's the Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300ER. This is a really good one too. I'm going to send this video to her. I'm going to see if this gives her some inspiration for Christmas. Hopefully she enjoys it. So shout out to you, Mom. Thank you for all you do. You got the United Boeing 787-9. Delta Airlines Boeing 737 SkyTeam 800. Looking quite nice. So I was very happy about this. And you got an aircraft on down one in the back. But yeah, the SkyTeam's a great plane. Super happy to see it. Good shot of French Bee. Very happy about this. Too busy with that people mover that got delayed again until summer of 2026 as of filming this. It'll probably get delayed by the time this video comes. I'm just kidding. French Bee A350-900. What a flare from it, too. That's not exaggerated. That's literally what it looked like. So, fortunately, it did land successfully. WestJet Boeing 737 MAX 8. There was also people were gathering on the entire rooftop at this point, so that's why the shots are a little tough. Emirates Airbus A380 looking quite strong. Very happy to get to see this here. Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787-9. Delta Airlines A319. Got Air Premia Boeing 787-9. What a variety today. This is phenomenal. Turkish 777-300ER coming in now. And we got the Star Alliance United 737-800. This is one of the supplemental registrations. And there's the Delta A350 on the south side I was talking about. That's what's normal. Southwest 800. Delta 767-400ER. You got the sticker on this one. I can't see it. Sorry. There we go. Relay for life. So I was happy to see that. Gulfstream looking really good right here. Very strong catch. Very happy about that. Really good looking aircraft. Norse Boeing 787-9, the fourth one finally. Got the Alaska 737 MAX 9. Good to get some south side shots as always. Absolutely stunning sunset. It was sensational, so definitely want to emphasize that. There's the British Airways A380. I thought it flew here. So there it is right there looking nice. And then you got the Airbus taking off for United. And then I got some really good ones. So that one's pretty good. Definitely going to have to see what I can do with that. And then this Delta A319 was more cooperative and went right over the sun. Very happy with those images. Definitely, I think probably that one's probably the best one. But I think that they're all really good. That one was kind of cool too. But yeah, the gel is just sensational. So sunset worked out very good this time around. So I was very happy about that. Star Alliance docked up at the gate with the supplemental Uniteds. There's the sunset. There's the concourses. It eventually goes down. And this is, that's how dark it got. It looks like there was actually kind of cloudy over the airport at that point, but obviously you can still see the sunset. So there it is right there, looking quite nice as it goes down below the horizon. Singapore Airlines finally making their appearance, just a little too late for light. United 175. And then just one fun night pan of Xingu's Panda A350 to round it out there. So, yeah, looking very strong. I'm not sure. I might split this into 2 videos. We'll see. But I really hope all of you enjoyed this. SpotLAX is a blast. Once again, if the dates are available, definitely start getting your plans made for the event. It is so much fun, and I highly recommend it to all of you. And definitely let me know what you all think in the comment section below. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.